Back with you once again for Inside Athletics, brought to you by the IAAF. I'm your host, Ato Boldon, and I'm in Southern California. This is the Pacific Ocean behind me. This is a place that I lived, worked, and trained for a very, very long time. And I'm back here to talk to my former rival and training partner, the former Olympic champion and world record holder in the 100-meter dash, Maurice Greene.
Maurice Greene to Inside Athletics. You're at my former school, the place where we used to train, Drake Stadium. What's it been like out here working with these young kids?
You know, it's a pleasure to be able to come out here and work with the young kids and just to give them information that I know. You know, I mean, even though I didn't go to UCLA, I still feel somewhat connected to it because this is where I train so much and I feel at home out here. So I just wanted to help them out as much as I can.
I wonder if you feel the way I do sometimes when you go somewhere in another country and you watch somebody do the dry phase. Did you ever think that when we were working on it that the whole planet would be doing it now?
No, I just thought it was something that we trying to do to perfect our races, you know, but now I hear everybody talking about the dry phase, and there's so many things that everybody's saying, but I wonder if they really get what it's actually supposed to do. So that's what I'm at least trying to teach them, is what you're actually supposed to be trying to do.
A lot of people would look at you, I know a lot of people look at your film as the way to do the dry phase right. There are a lot of coaches that are out there that think they're teaching the dry phase right, but they are not. What is the number one thing that people get wrong about the dry phase?
Well, I think it's the body position. Everybody think that your head down is the dry phase. Just because your head down doesn't mean you're driving. It's all about body position, of how you can access the power in your glutes to get the most power. It's all about positions and angles of what you need to be teaching them. And that's the biggest misconception everybody gets, is they think they're doing it, but they don't have a clue.
Now, since you retired, you've had a whole lot going on. Tell us, I mean, do you get stopped on the street now more for your track and field exploits and what you did on the track, or more for Dancing with the Stars?
No, for Dancing with the Stars.
Really?
Definitely. You know, I always be walking down the street and they always want to dip me or twirl me or, you know, let's dance and everything else. You know, Dancing with the Stars just is on a whole different spectrum, because now you don't just have athletic fans, you have fans all across the world that are watching one show, and you're there every day.
So you had a career that included a world record, Olympic 100-meter gold, several world championships. But you can reflect back now, you know, it's almost a decade since you've been retired. What would you have done differently? Because for me, I look at these guys now and I go, I'd have been braver with that quarter. I look at Tyson Gay and him running 44.6 or whatever it is that he runs, and I go, that's what they have over us. What would you do differently?
That's the 200-meter in you, saying I would have been braver in the quarter. You know, I mean, the thing that I always say I would do differently is, after I accomplish something, I would just sit back and dwell in what I accomplished, because I never did. It was always, yeah, I did this, forget it, it's done, over with. Now let me push on. Exactly. No, but let me push on and go to the next. And now I see it, and I took a lot of things for granted, of the things that I accomplished, and I just didn't like stay in the moment at all. But you know, like you said, it was your fault. You know, it was all training, because I know if I would have done that, I know that you would have gained a step and everything else, and that's just something I didn't want to happen. I always wanted to do something better. Okay, yeah, I did it. I want to do better. I want to do better. You know, I mean, that's a good and a bad thing at the same time.
You know, there is a real plan on right now for Rudisha to run against Bolt, but Rudisha says he wants to run against Bolt at 400. I'm like, you don't want that, homie. You don't want, not 4.
No.
And to me, okay, 800, 200, 300 up, 500, 300 down, 500. Meet at 5, because at least you get him, you know, you get a chance. And there's a big argument that I'm having on Twitter now. You should join in, by the way, because I need some help. Where people are like, no, Bolt can run, Rudisha can run 43. And I'm like, I don't think
Rudisha has the sprint turnover speed to run a 43.
But we're sprinters, so of course the 800 guy's gonna say, yeah, well, what else are they gonna say? They're sprinters.
A sprinter will outrun a middle distance guy every single time.
Goes out in 20 flat. What's Rudisha gonna do about that?
Can't do anything about it. One thing he'll do.
Even if he goes in 20.5.
No, two things he's going to either do. He's going to panic and press, and then he's going to be running behind, and his race pattern and the things that he has in mind is going to be all out the door, or he's just going to watch him go.
Well, here's what some of the people have been saying online. They're saying, look, when Bolt ran that 300 a couple years ago, he didn't look that great, and he didn't set the world best, and he kind of died at the end. And I'm like, yeah, that's the worst year he ever had in 2010.
Yeah, he was coming off an injury. He had those accidents and everything else. You can say what you want. When Bolt put his mind to something, and I'm a true believer, because I was saying he wasn't going to win the 100 because of the problems, because he was having significant problems in the first half of the race, and I thought that Blake would overcome those problems that he's had, and he's going to have a problem at the end.
I thought that for about a week, too. About a week after the Jamaican trials.
But after I seen that second round, I was like, no, he's going to win. I mean, I was like, okay, he corrected the stuff I see wrong. It's like, there's nothing you can do about that.
Jerry West is the logo on the NBA, and you're the logo on the IAAF. So I feel like you're qualified to speak on this topic. What would you like to see different? What would you like to see different, or what would you like to see improve in your sport?
Right now, I think the marketing plan for the whole sport is wrong.
Okay, what would you change?
I think they put the whole emphasis on one person in our sport, and we have many stars.
Who, Bolt?
Yeah, they put everything on Bolt, but we have many stars in our sport, which that's the beauty of our sport, is we have different events and we have so many people doing so many great things. But they say just because we have this living icon that is still running, that he's going to get everything. But if he gets hurt one year, or something happens with him,
or doesn't
now,
run well.
Yeah, so now who is our sport going to fall back on? They haven't been publicizing anybody but him. So just say he can't run for a couple of months, then we're all up in like, who's doing what? Because don't nobody know. And I think that's what they need to change.
It's good to see you, man. Thanks
You too.
for joining me.
No problem.
Thanks to Maurice for stopping by to talk with me on Inside Athletics. We want to know what you have to say. On your screen now is how you can reach us via Facebook, Twitter, and of course via email. We also want to encourage you to send in some video clips to us. We'll use the very best ones on subsequent shows. We thank you for watching. We'll see you next time here on Inside Athletics.